Today I'm going to show you how you can use German music to boost your fluency, improve your grammar, and expand your vocabulary. First up, let's talk about choosing music and musicians. Some lyrics, songs, or even artists are not going to help you learn the language, because even native speakers are getting the lyrics wrong constantly. Singing the wrong lyrics means you are likely singing incorrectly in the language that you're trying to learn. You need to find music that is easily understood and easily sung. Avoid bands like We Butter the Bread with Butter. No one I have ever met can understand the lyrics on the first listen. Be careful with rap, especially as a beginner. A lot of it is too fast for useful listening practice, but slower, clearer rap can still be helpful once you know what you're listening for. Rammstein lyrics are often easier to follow than people expect, but I still wouldn't make Till Lindemann your main pronunciation coach as a beginner. He has a very theatrical delivery, and if you copy that too closely, you might start sounding less like a German learner and more like a walking German stereotype. Once you know what kind of music you're looking for, it's time to go a level deeper and find artists that fit our needs. If you want rock, try Revolverheld or Die Ärzte or Die Toten Hosen. If you want something between pop, rap, and punk, try SDP, Crow, Namika, or Peter Fox. If you want pop with clearer singing, Annenmai Kantereit is a great place to start. I'll put some recommendations in the description, but the main rule is this: choose music where you can actually hear the words. If you want more pop music recommendations, look to the comments where the German speakers watching this are going to help me out so I don't show my age too much. Now that you've found a few artists that you like, the first and simplest way that you can use German music is to improve your pronunciation skills. Start with the chorus of a song, look up the lyrics so that you know what the words are and you're singing it correctly. Then sing along to the chorus once you're ready for that. Record yourself singing the chorus. Don't worry, if you're tone deaf just like me, you aren't sharing this with anyone, just yourself. Listen to the recording and make notes of where what you say doesn't match what the singer says. Go to dict.cc or some other German dictionary website and find the word or words that you need help pronouncing. They will have an audio file so that you can hear the pronunciation outside of the context of the song. Then you can try to mimic the word from their site. Once you've done that, you can go back to singing along, recording yourself, and so on. Keep repeating this until you are able to sing along with the chorus without messing up the words. Once you are comfortable with the parts that repeat, you can move on to the parts that don't. Don't try to master one song at a time. This is one of the few times that multitasking is actually helpful. By listening to a variety of singers and a variety of genres, you can learn how your voice sounds in German and adjust it to meet the standards of pronunciation. Spreading your lessons over several days and even weeks while in the background as you do other tasks actually works well for this process. Just remember the prep work first, so you know what you're actually singing. When you sing, your brain handles rhythm, melody, and language differently than it does normal speech. That doesn't magically make you fluent, but it does make phrases feel more fluid and easier to retrieve later. The bottom line is that you can train your brain to think about the songs when trying to speak the words, and the vocabulary will come to you more fluidly. Beyond just looking up the lyrics so you know what you're singing along to, there is an entire ocean of lessons that you can learn from German music. The simple version is to look up the lyrics and try to translate them on your own. A more entertaining way to do this is to put the vocabulary flashcards in the order that they appear in the song and then flip through the cards as you listen to the song. There are also a few websites that do something similar. I played around with LyricsTraining.com while making the script for this video. You basically type out the words that are in the song with a certain number of blanks throughout the song. It's a fun way to make sure that you know what you're actually hearing, but I didn't find a way to actually learn the words that you find in your native language, which may keep you from actually learning what you're singing about. Beyond the obvious vocabulary implications of listening to German music, I love the idea of learning German grammar through music. I actually used to do regular videos on this channel about exactly that topic. My most recent one was uploaded in 2019 about the song Zirkus by Namika. I taught present tense conjugation, dative prepositions, and some idioms through that song. Before that, I did a deep dive into the lyrics of Rammstein's songs Zeig dich and Deutschland. The video about Zeig dich was simply a translation exercise and not necessarily about a grammar lesson, but I did use Deutschland to teach conjugation, sentence structure, and a bunch of other stuff. I have 7 other videos that I created in 2015 and 2016 in this genre. The videos covered the following songs: Verlierer and Gewinner by Clüso, Ich will nur bei Philipp Purcell, Junge bei Die Ärzte, Was wäre wenn bei Thomas Godoge, Traum bei Crow, und In meinem Leben by Nena. I don't know if there's an appetite for the videos like this in 2026 or whatever year you're watching this in, but if you want to see me break down a particular song and the grammar it can teach you, leave a comment down below and tell me which songs you would like me to dissect. You might not be the grammar nerd that I am, but German music can still teach you about grammar even if I don't have a video about that particular song. For example, if a song keeps repeating a line with wenn, you can use that line to learn about subordinate clause word order in German. If a chorus keeps saying something like mit dir, bei mir, or von uns, you suddenly have dative prepositions stuck in your head without drilling them from a chart. In addition to all of the ways to learn German through music that I've mentioned so far, there are a few unique ideas that might help you make the most of your German learning experience. First, write down each line of a song on a flashcard so that you have a flashcard for each line. Then, shuffle them. Now see if you can put them back in the order that they belong. If you can't do it right away, not a problem. You can start by listening to the song while you put the sentences in order. Once you get the hang of it, try to do it without the music. For an added challenge, you can translate the lines on the backside of the flashcards. Then try to remember the lyrics in German as you put them in order in your native language. Another option would be to copy the lyrics into a Word document and remove all of the articles. You can target definite articles such as der, die, and das, or indefinite articles such as ein, eine, and einen. This is a great way to practice making the language more natural. As you sing along to the songs, you ingrain the words and phrases into your brain. This makes you no longer think about which word comes next, but rather intuitively know that the next word is dem or der or whatever it happens to be. You can modify this exercise to fit any grammar topic you want. Remove all of the verbs from the lyrics and try to get the correct conjugated forms of the verbs. Take out all of the prepositions and do the same. The best part about this kind of exercise is that you have to make the exercise, which in itself is an exercise. You are learning while setting up the learning for your learning before you learn. When your German skills are good enough, a great challenge is rewriting the lyrics of a song to different phrasing. Instead of ohne dich kann ich nicht sein, from Rammstein's Ohne dich, you could say ich kann nicht ohne dich leben. Or you can try to synthesize the meaning from the lyrics and say, ich vermisse dich sehr, wenn du nicht in meiner Nähe bist. You can also start with a translated version of the lyrics to a song in your native language and then see if you can come up with the real lyrics based on the translation. For example, yeah, it's an unbelievably beautiful day and outside it is warm. He's on his way home with the train, looks out the window, lets his thoughts run freely, leans himself back relaxed because he doesn't have to get out for a while. It's not quite as catchy in English. You could translate this as, yeah, es ist ein unglaublich schöner Tag und draußen ist es warm. Ist auf dem Weg nach Hause mit der Bahn, schaut aus dem Fenster, lässt seine Gedanken freien Lauf, lehnt sich entspannt zurück, weil eine Weile nicht aussteigen muss. Then compare this to the original lyrics from the Crow song Bye Bye. Yeah, es ist ein unglaublich schöner Tag und draußen ist es warm. Ist auf dem Weg nach Hause mit der Bahn, schaut aus dem Fenster, lässt seine Gedanken freien Lauf, lehnt sich ganz entspannt zurück, denn muss lange nicht raus. If you would like me to bring back my old song breakdown videos, leave a comment down below with the German song that you want me to dissect. And if you have a favorite German artist that learners should know about, put that in the comments down below as well, because my pop music recommendations are only going to get more embarrassing as my hairline tries to hide from the shame. Das ist alles für heute. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!